Welcome to this brand new Bitcoin, Solana and also XRP update. Currently, Bitcoin is fighting with this critical resistance area, the 78,000 US dollars, and this could be a problem for the coming days and the coming weeks. So in this video, I'm exactly going to explain to you what I'm expecting and how I'm going to trade this. So make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and save this video for later, because this one is going to be helpful for the coming days and the coming weeks. In this video, we're going to have a look at Bitcoin, Solana, and also XRP, but we are going to start with Bitcoin. And first, we need to look at the higher time frame support and the higher time frame resistance areas. After that, we're going to have a look at the trend and the trade scenarios. All right, let's zoom out to the daily candles for Bitcoin. I'm going to make it as simple as possible. All right, currently, Bitcoin is still holding above this support area right here, the 76,000 US dollar. All right, if Bitcoin is gonna break this support area right here, I'm expecting much lower prices. And there are a few support areas. A small one around 74 and a small one here around 71,000 US dollars. But I think if Bitcoin is gonna break this local low right here, we are going to see a move to, I think, at least 69,000 US dollars. Why is this support area here so important, and why why I'm looking at this area right here? If you go to indicators and if you go to visible range volume profile, and if you double tap on it, and if you go to row size and you bring it to 240, you can clearly see where the big volume and where the big support is. Well, what you are seeing here is just, of course, the volume profile. The bigger the volume is right here on the right, the bigger the support or the resistance is. So 69,000 US dollars is my first area of interest for Bitcoin for buying orders and also for long orders if you are gonna break this support right here. All right, and if we look at the lower time frame right now, Bitcoin is currently fighting with this local resistance right here. All right, and if you zoom out further, you can also see a clear resistance area here around 82,000 US dollars. And if Bitcoin is going to break that resistance, the next target is here around 90,000, slightly under 90,000 US dollars. All right, guys, these are the most important support and resistance areas. Now it's getting a little bit difficult because Bitcoin is still in an uptrend. As long as Bitcoin is not going to open and close a daily candle or under this support area right here, this is still a high low. Of course, we have made a small wick under this low, but this is just a liquidity sweep for now. If Bitcoin is going to open and close a daily candle under this support area right here, of course, that's a very weak sign. And if Bitcoin is going to create that confirmation, I'm going to look for continuation shorts to the downside to at least 69,000 US dollars. But for now, it's still support. So we have to be patient and we have to wait what's going to happen with this support in the coming days and the coming hours. All right, if we zoom in to the lower time frame, we are seeing, of course, some bad signs right here because Bitcoin has made a very beautiful liquidity sweep. And I've made a lot of videos, guys, about this on my YouTube channel. I'm going to show it to you with a screenshot. And it was very nice. This was a beautiful trade opportunity right here. It was a beautiful setup, beautiful trade. But the problem is, we of course saw a very nice liquidity sweep, but Bitcoin was not able to regain this local resistance. So Bitcoin has, very simple, made another lower high right here. So I'm not interested in any more buy orders here in this support area right here. I think there is too much downside risk. My game plan is very simple and save this one for the coming days and the coming weeks. I'm not interested here in buying orders anymore. I first want to see a clear break of the 78,000 US dollars. Only if Bitcoin is going to create this confirmation, I'm interested in any new buying or long positions. If not, and Bitcoin is not going to hold this support, I'm not interested in longs until we hit 69,000 US dollars. A funny number, of course, guys. So I'm gonna wait for a price rotation on this support area right here. And otherwise, I'm just going to look for more short opportunities if you are going to lose this support right here. And let me know in the comments, guys, is it good understandable what I'm telling you? Because I want to make my videos as simple as possible to understand. So let me know here in the comments. Alright, this is my game plan for Bitcoin. Let's have a look at the other coins like Solana and also XRP, because I've made a lot of videos about this in the last few weeks, that I'm not interested in Solana and XRP right now because I still think there is too much downside risk for these coins. And let me make it very clear. I'm gonna make this chart clear and simple. Currently, if you look at Solana right now, Solana is still in a really strong downtrend. And of course, we have found some support above 70 US dollars, but the problem is Solana was not able to make a trend rotation. And I first want to see a trend rotation before I'm going to enter new positions for Solana. So let's start with the higher time frame support and resistance areas first. Currently, we are holding above the 70 US dollars, and the next big support is here around 60 US dollars. If you zoom out back to 2023, you can clearly see this area right here. So my game plan is very simple. I'm interested in Solana around 60 US dollars. As long as we are not going to rotate this downtrend, I'm not interested. All right. Let me zoom into the lower time frame because I've made this chart a few days ago in my last video. So if you want to see that video, go check it out. Thank you guys for the support on my last video. It was crazy to see more than 50 likes. So it is wonderful. If you are going to hit, I think 20 likes on this video would be great. But back to Solana. If you go to Solana, currently, of course, we are finding some support here around 84 US dollars. And of course, it is also a very big support area. If you go to indicators and you go to visible range, and if you bring the row size back to 240, all right, and if you zoom out, you can clearly see there is a lot of support right here. But I think there is still too much downside risk because we have made this rejection from the 100 US dollars. And I've made a lot of videos about this, guys. I want to see a lower entry price for Solana, or we need to break above 105 US dollars. Only if Solana is going to create this confirmation above this resistance, that's the only moment I'm going to look for higher buy opportunities. Otherwise, there is too much downside risk for me. Of course, you can enter Solana right now on this support, but it's very simple. It's a high risk, high reward play, and I want to trade the best opportunities. I want to wait for this confirmation or for a confirmation on this support area right here. All right, that's my Solana game plan. Let's have a look at XRP. It's literally the same story for XRP. Let me make the chart clear and let's look at the support areas. Currently, XRP is finding some support here around $1.30, and you have to look back to 2024. All right, if you're gonna break that, the next support is here around $1.10. And guys, it's very simple. Of course, we are on support right now. You can enter now. But if you are going to enter right now, there is a lot of downside risk because XRP is still in a downtrend. We are constantly creating lower highs and lower lows. These are all rejections. So my game plan is very simple. I only want to enter XRP lower, around $1.10. I think it could be a beautiful opportunity for this year. Otherwise, I want to see a clear structure break. I want to see a local low, a higher low, and a higher high above $1.60. So only if XRP is going to create a daily candle open and close above $1.60, I'm going to enter XRP right here. And my targets are also very simple. My first target is somewhere around $2.14 $2.14. My second target is here around $2.60, and my last target is here slightly under $3. These are the areas where I'm going to take profits on this XRP trade, and it would be a great trade, guys. It's literally crazy. But let me make it very clear. If you go back to visible range volume profile, and if you double tap on it, you guys know it. You can clearly see the confirmations right here. There is a lot of resistance here around $2.15. So I think these are very interesting areas to take a little bit profit. And of course, there is a lot of support right here for XRP, but I think the downside risk is a little bit too high right now, so I'm going to wait for lower prices. It's better to not take the trade than taking a very risky play. So guys, hopefully you find this video helpful. Send this video to someone who can use it, and hopefully I see you in the next one. Bye bye, guys.